Hello, you're back with the Single Malt Review and our Secret Spirits Whiskey Calendar. So, it is Saturday, December 14. I hope your weekend is off to a good start. Ours certainly is. And it's Tim's turn to have a guess at our mystery dram for today.
I say this every time, and I'm going to say it till it happens. I've got a good feeling about this one. This one's going to be the easy one. It's going to be a super guessable Kleinleach, Glendronach, Lafroig, something that's just, you smell it, it's like, aha, here we are. And then you get to look clever on the internet. The dream. The dream. Right. How's that treating you?
Emerging.
On its way out?
It's coming out of the gosh darn walls.
We could have, in a testament to the quality of the packaging here, we could have played basketball with this thing, and none of the bottles would have broke. I swear. The cardboard might have suffered, but no, these are packed in like little nukes in here. There's nothing going on. So,
Hey.
what noise does this one make you emit?
Well,
I always at least give you an expression of something.
this is going to be curious. I'm really looking forward to this one, and I think odds are good on getting quite an accurate read on it.
All right. Well, you may have just made me look even worse, but we'll see. We'll see.
Let's see. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, sorry. I'll
Lay it on me.
Put it in your hands. There you go.
Here we are. All right.
And starting the timer.
Please do.
3 minutes of guessing begins.
Woo! Okay. Strong one, ain't she?
Yeah.
That sort of nails down the first one in one fell swoop, because this is a cask strength whiskey, that's for sure, which means it is a malt whiskey, so that's the first point locked in immediately. There's a heck of a prickle on this one, isn't there?
Yeah, it's got quite the
in fact, I'm going to break protocol here. Can I have water first?
Oh, you're not going to give it
no,
a
I
try?
think this might sear my tongue here.
Right.
So just
I am going to try it at its full strength, because I know what its full strength is, but I do understand you wanting to add a sensible dilution.
There's a real.
Okay, but I need a little more, I think. There we
get
go.
straight into this one.
All right.
Straight in like I mean it.
So I'm going to dive in undiluted.
Okay, alright, now this is a bit more sensible. Oh dear.
Ooh, wow. That is nothing I've ever tried before.
Yep, there is no this isn't the Glendronach gimme that I was hoping for, but we'll see what I can do. Okay, alright. What can I do with this? That's odd, I thought this was extremely strong, like 60%, but now that you've put the water in, I'm wondering whether it wasn't quite that strong. It's still quite it's a very sort of an angular whiskey. It's not hot on the tongue, but it is quite sharp.
Well, again, without giving anything away, I thought some of the aspects of this would be easier to guess than they are now that I've actually tasted. There's a bit more enigma going on here than I would have anticipated from having read the label.
See, I think there's peat here, but it's... No, there is peat here, and it's a weird peat.
Interesting.
It's a weird peat. It's a dry... God, it's almost like this is like peated Highland Park, but we've had a Highland Park, or at least we probably had a Highland Park in the form of that Orkney, and I don't know, because I'm using my doomed sort of meta-guessing here and thinking, no, they wouldn't repeat a distillery, would they? We can sort of check off the ones we've tried, but there's no reason that would be true. This is definitely a peated malt, and it's not from Ilo. That I can confidently say. It's not Talisker either, it's not Shig. Undecided on... Oh, hang on.
Someone's coming through.
There's the dryness of the peat is leading me in one direction, and if I go there mentally, it seems really obvious, but I have to take a leap to sort of... This is turning into a complicated analogy. Once I've made the guess, it all seems to make sense, but I have to kind of step over a couple of... I have to skip a few logical leaps.
That's 3 minutes, so you're ready to commit to that
guess? Alright, can you give me a single malt from the Highlands? Is it Ardmore?
It is not Ardmore, but you're on the right track on a number of fronts.
What have we got? Milton Duff?
Yeah. It is a 10-year-old Milton Duff, 60.9%. You guessed 60, so pretty much dead on the money there. So it's from a bourbon cask, and of course, Speyside.
Okay, all right. Well, I guess that's just 1 point for me there then.
I figured being a Speyside and of a modest but still appreciable age, it might have been easier to pick.
I wonder, was I wrong about the peat? I still think there's peat in here, but only a little bit, and
honestly
it's very,
don't know
very dry.
if Milton Duff used much or any peat, but just for sheer unbridled force of that when it was still at its nearly 61% strength may have convinced you there's something
I'll have to
going on.
Sort of plead ignorance about Milton Duff. It's not one I'm very familiar with. I doubt it's one that many people are. It's one of the great many blenders out there. AD Rattray, not a bottler that we have all the time in New Zealand, but I have seen them here and there, have brought this one to us in its single cask form, and yes, for a 10-year-old it hasn't really budged there, still over 60%.
Now, yes, so many of the things that I personally think of as Speyside hallmarks come down to the extensive use of sherry casks in Speyside. This one being bourbon means some of that is obviously lost or manifests very differently. So it doesn't have a lot of what I think of as the regional characters for Speyside.
Yeah, it's not quite dry, but it's very, it has a good acid quality to it. It's very...
kind of a lemon honey for me. But it's not a lot of the rich citrus or vanillas might normally expect from a exclusively bourbon matured
They're
whiskey.
sort of... I mean, the citruses, the citrus rind, especially citrus zest, I think has quite a lot of, which is kind of lifting up all these other flavours and making them... Yeah, really a lifted sort of a palate going on here, which is... interesting, and it's also very, very typical of a great many, sort of blenders.
What it is, though, is outrageously oily.
Oh yeah,
the glass was borderline slimy when I first poured it in.
Certainly a single cask. That's
so viscous and clingy.
I think this is probably a second fill. It's not a first.
Right.
There'd be a bit more, I think, going on if this was a first, but it's also cask type bourbon, which means I think we may have misidentified one of the previous ones when it said cask type barrel. I think that may have referred to interesting wine there, because if they're classifying their bourbon barrels as simply bourbon, then I think we might have done a whoopsie on one of the previous ones. But never mind. You can go and tell us off for that one in the comments. We probably already have. Not much gets past the whiskey commenters these days. But yeah, this is it's a good whiskey for the smoulderingly hot day that we find ourselves in once again as December marches on here. There is no relief from the Kiwi summer. It's never going to be a white Christmas here outside of our demographic. But this is one I think, and you might consider this sacrilegious, this one wouldn't do too bad for a nice bit of an ice cube in there. This could make a good cool drink on a very hot day. I think I'm going to say this would do quite well with a lovely wee cube in there, but plenty to enjoy doing it the proper way as we always do here. But I think this could make a pretty good refreshing drink on a hot day.
Milton Duff, just not a distillery that comes up often on the whiskey radar.
It's like I say, it's a blender. I don't know which blend it goes into necessarily. It rarely sees the light of day. This is their first Milton Duff single I've tried in years and years and years. It does pop up as an indie. I don't know if it has does it have a single malt release? It may have a single malt release. We certainly can't get it here, but it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. If you're familiar with it, then let us know how it is. Really not one I was probably ever going to guess. I was pretty far off with Ardmore though. Not really. That's not really up to my usual analytical standards. Anyway, never mind. There's always next time.
Better to guess something have a chance of being right than guess nothing and be guaranteed you're going to miss it.
Better to live wrong than never choose at all. Anyway, going long enough on this one. We'll be back tomorrow. We will see you there. This has been the Single Malt Review with Secret Spirits, and we will be right back. Slanja.